I see hunger as a growing issue. I see it only on the rise. I would like to think that we are trying to do our part, but there are days that I struggle as the executive director in all the good that we may do and all the programs that we may provide to people. I still can go home at night and say, was it enough? Did we do enough?
Where I work in Caldwell and Noble County, there's been quite a few factories that have closed down. So you're talking of hundreds of families that have lost their main source of income. And so, they're at the point where they need help with that kind of stuff.
Marsh Electric was here for years, and they just closed the plant and moved to Mexico because labor is cheaper. Yes. And that hurt a lot of people.
There was the RCA plant and all kinds of plastic plants and Champion Spark Plug, and we had a lot of plants and work here then.
And our kids is growing up. Now a lot of them leave town to go to work, and I hate that because I don't want my kids going anywhere.
But they do. The younger people have to leave because there's nothing here.
Companies have downsized, and where you might have been making ends meet and doing just fine, you've used up that little bit of savings, and now you're kind of like, oh, what do I do?
It's quite heartbreaking. We try to make sure that children have nutritious meals. That's a cornerstone. I think that's second after a consistent, loving adult in their lives. Then good, nutritious food, I think, is second.
There's a lot of the younger ones coming that you have small kids that go there and that have kids in school that are going there to get food for them.
My younger sisters, they don't understand, they just know food. But my mom tries to explain to them, like, why we have to do this, but they still don't understand.
When you're not well fed, your brain doesn't work right, whether you're an adult or a child. And then it leads to feeling, maybe contributing to depression, contributing to low energy, all of those issues.
When you look at the summer lunch program, how it has grown and the need for that has so vastly expanded, I would say hunger in children is much more prevalent than what some may give it attention.
I think the best thing is that I know that some of the kids are getting food that they wouldn't otherwise may not have.
Social Security incomes and pension checks are not stretching as far. People are having to make choices between medication and the food that they need to keep their bodies nourished.
When you're on a fixed income, you can't just go buy something you really want.
If you're elderly and you're on a lot of medication, you have to make up your mind whether you can buy groceries or pay for your medicine.
So far I've been able to handle my medicine, but if it came to that, I would have to cut back a little,
Some of us are lucky enough. Well, I guess luck isn't really a good word because our incomes are low enough that the state and federal government helps us, but everybody's not eligible for some of that. You have to be a certain age.
It's a shame that they've worked all their lives and something as simple as having a nutritious meal on the table becomes an obstacle and it becomes a challenge.
We have wonderful services here in our community. We have wonderful food banks. We have the Salvation Army. We have a lot of services and a lot of caring people.
This food pantry has one out in the country too. The Lutheran Church has one out in out of town, so some of the people out in the county can go get food.
They've been so nice to us, you just call up, kind of make an appointment, and it is really helpful.
I think small rural communities can be a shining example of how to do things right. We've always tried to help out our neighbor. We've always tried to feed those in need. We've always tried to make sure we take care of the needs of the people here in our own backyard.